FNet News. Suck it, suck it. FNet News.
I love FNet like a wet baguette.
FNet News. FNet News. Shout outs to Frack.
Penis pump, penis pump, penis pump. Penis pump, penis pump, penis pump.
Wow, the second week in a row here, people. I'm on a fucking roll, bro. What's up? It's Eraser e2N2, episode 16. Shoutouts to the new Patreon, my mom. Apparently, because that's what it says on the Patreon list. It says, your mom. So, Mom, wherever you're at on IRC, I hope you've been watching, and I hope I make you proud. Stepping back to last week, if I may, for a second. Zartet's desk, man, I missed a key component that Load pointed out. Look at this thing, man. It's on a folding table. Holy fuck. And apparently the two monitors in the background are on a monitor stand that are on a dolly, like a rolling dolly. Wow. I wouldn't have ever seen that, but thank you, Zartet, for letting me in on that. And that big mouse pad down there? Nope. Check out this log from Zartet. The big mouse pad is actually multiple Magic the Gathering playmats, which are essentially giant mouse pads. Killing two birds with one stone, man. I love it, Zartet. Hope you got enough mana for chatting, though. Last week, I also reported on Bex apparently getting an autism test, and the test results are in. Load reporting says, instead of autism, she has eatism. Damn. Thicky Lake strikes again. And now, this week's current events. But first, let's get into a desk review. Dingo Pride submitted his desk. Let's take a look at it together, shall we? Wow, there's a lot of redaction here. Privacy must be a #1 concern for Dingo Pride. But let's pan to the right, shall we? As you can see, there's a couple crumpled up tissues, and they have like a little like creamy yellowish tint to them. Normally, I wouldn't be too bothered by that, but behind the tissues are two cups, kind of, sort of. There's a white cup, a black cup, and then behind that, skin calming Eucerin lotion. This leads me to believe that Dingo Pride is masturbating at his current workstation, and if he's cummed into his tissues to the point of just oversaturation, he uses the white cup behind it to be disposed of at a later date and time. The black cup could be an InfoSec leak. The keyboard to the right that is backlit looks a little dingy and dusty, man. Dingo Pride, take a feather duster and just like fucking hit it, man. Just be proud of the keyboard you have. Stop neglecting it and show it some love, like you show yourself some love, apparently. Then we got the obviously fake banana, which due to circumstantial evidence, I must be led to believe that it is used for anal foreplay. Now, zooming in on this redaction, it's kind of sloppy, because if you check the title of the tab that Dingo's in, it says irkcloud.com/irc/dingo/messages/bex. And then to the right, in a browser window, it's a Twitter icon. It says Becky with the good fleets. Looks like Dingo and Bex got a little something going on there. And suddenly this whole desk setup makes sense. While not exciting in the aesthetics of the desk, the variables and elements within this picture tell a very deep and interesting story. And just based on that alone, this is a B+ chat station. It's simple, it's not clean, but it is efficient because Dingo has all the tools that he needs to succeed. Jewbird has vacated Pound LRH over some drama that happened in this past Friday's LRH. Load was kind enough to premiere me and Jewbird's new Billboard chart-topping song, and when Jewbird's verse came on, Load laughed at him. Now see, I think everyone who heard Jewbird rap was laughing, but because Jewbird is a funny character. I mean, seriously, how do you hear Jewbird rap and not have a good fucking time? Such a good time that you're fucking laughing to yourself, right? But Jewbird took it as a smite. But in the name of peace, Jewbird kept his calm and stayed in Pound LRH for the remainder of the show until Load played Jewbird's solo track, Internet Relay Chatter's Fate, which Load cut off dead ass in the middle and critiqued it. That was it. Jewbird had had enough, And all he's been talking about since is how Load is going to get beaked. Load's had a lot of enemies over the years. Dab Guy, MTW, the Russian hitman that MTW was going to hire to kill Load, Ilkin, Earth, so many more. But this is a bird we're speaking about. A bird with talons designed to rip through flesh. A beak designed to crush through bone. Will Load survive? I don't know. We're going to have to see. Keep your eyes peeled for a Jew bird attack into Pound LRH. Or, even worse, a bird DDoS.pl attack. Beatdown is apparently a meth head. This doesn't surprise me, nor would it surprise anyone. Let's check out the log. Beatdown says, I'm a felon now. So I ask, now? What the fuck did you do? He says, just getting stoned and banging whores. And, Sniff points out, that's not illegal, pretty sure. Beatdown elaborates and says, assault with a dangerous weapon spun out on methamphetamines. Oh, just slides that right in the conversation like he's putting on the green. Tulpa and Sniff inquire, weapon? What kind of weapon? Beatdown says, brass knuckles. If I wouldn't have had them on, it had just been a simple assault, 90-day misdemeanor. I'd just have bonded out and gotten probation. Now if I fuck up, I'm going to the joint. Something tells me Beatdown should stay out of jail. Not because jail sucks, because it does, but because Beatdown would probably get beat down for saying some racist ass shit, knowing that guy. Beans apparently has a dog. That's not really newsworthy. But the details of the dog and his feeding schedule, yeah, that's interesting. Let's take a look at this log. Beans says, I feed my dog once every 2 weeks. Fucking dog drives me insane. He won't eat anything unless it's boiled meat seasoned with salt and pepper. Wish I was joking. I think he lived on a boat. It's my serious theory, not troll. He loves Cheetos and Doritos and shit. Sharp says that Beans is Donald Trump, but I think by evidence here, the dog is actually Donald Trump. Beans continues, won't eat raw meat, won't eat fresh beef or chicken unless it's seasoned. Weird fucking dog. Came with my house. An American guy got drunk and left him at my friend's house around 7 years ago, and my friend was murdered 3 years ago. So now it's my dog. Wow, man. That took a heavy ass turn, man. Beans, rest in peace to your friend. But I'm gonna comb back through this log real quick because there's two things I want to point out. The first one is the first line from Logic in this log. Astro, I did and do sodomy with people all over the gender spectrum and animals. Okay? Apparently Logic and J of Trades are the same person. And then Logic also points out good 5-letter chats. Except for Sharp, who would have 5 characters if it wasn't for that. What's that thing called, Jewbird? A fake ass apostrophe. That's what it's called. Now, speaking of animals and liking them a little bit too much, J of Trades got a new desk lamp. Let's check that out. Wow, a horsecock desk lamp. Is anyone surprised? And do I need to even elaborate on this? Because it's a horsecock desk lamp, it kind of elaborates on itself. Or rather, maybe J of Trades elaborates all over it, if you know what I mean. DMA had to step away from IRC for an undisclosed amount of time. Let's check out this log. DMA, fake ass apostrophe, is now known as DMAA. DMAA is now away. Reason? My balls hurt. DMA, man, I hope you get better soon, and we're going to start up a GoFundMe for you so your balls can get better, okay? Looks like Effie has given up the direct approach to Angie for her feet, and now is going by proxy through LitUp. Let's check out this first log of 2. Effie says, hi LitUp. P.S. I hate you for taking my girl. Now, this is an interesting approach to get into LitUp's mind. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's continue. LitUp says, sup, Effie? Effie says, I'm tired as fuck. And LitUp asks, did you do your mandatory service in the Israel Army? Yeah, LitUp says. How was it? Effie says, meh, the most amazing period of my life. Okay, they're forging a bond here. Can you see that? Effie's forging a bond because he's going to take advantage of LitUp. Or at least that's what you would think. Turning the page here, Effie just goes right into it. LitUp, I want to suck you. Brr, brr, brr. LitUp says, no thanks. You're not sucking me at all. Effie says, I thought LitUp was Angie. My bad. The truth came out. He didn't want to be LitUp's friend at all. He was just trying to get to Angie and her feet. For shame, man. For shame. Dawn and Ichaboo are collaborating. Let's check out this log right here. Dawn asks Ichaboo, do you have any Cyrix CPUs? Ichaboo says, in my recycling bin, probably. Dawn says, that's a hard to find CPU. You should be selling them or building computers with them and donating to colored schools. Hickaboos says, not a bad idea. Make a very old computer to teach kids how fast we evolved in this field. They could run the same code on their phone and be in awe of the power they now hold. But darn, being so in touch with today's culture, that darn, I'll tell you. Says, I don't think poor kids have the latest phones unless that's what their aunties spent the stimulus money on. Man, I'll tell you, Ichaboo, you would be a fool not to go into business with Darn, because obviously Darn thinks of all angles of the plan and is ready to execute with flawless precision. Jewbird and his show, JRH, are going in direct, heated competition with Load and LRH by offering up his own rap contest with a very unique voting system. I can't remember exactly how to describe the voting system, but apparently it's more fair than LRH's voting system. Raps can be submitted up until the day before the last JRH of the month, at which point on that JRH, Jewbird will be playing all the songs back to back, and people can submit their votes. There are 2 prizes, maybe more, I can't remember. Jewbird's throwing up some money himself, and maybe we'll all donate to the pool to see what can happen. Enter in your raps. Let's do it. I got one loaded up. Jewbird's got one. I think Spoke's going to submit one. Zartet. HGC's got it in the bag already. He already released his song, so we're fucked. I would play it here, but I don't want to steal JRH's thunder, so we'll wait till the end of the month to hear that, or you can go seek it out on IRC. I'm sure HGC will happily send it to you. Really looking forward to it, man. Can't wait to check that shit out. Make sure you support the Jewbird Radio Hour. Join Pound JRH on FNet. This is also where I would be playing Jewbird's Internet Relay Chatter's Fates song, but I don't got it because he wouldn't send it to me. It's on SoundCloud. I'll put the link in the description. It's by far the best Jewbird song to date. It's an immediate classic. Make sure you check that shit out. I couldn't download it from SoundCloud because Jewbird has disabled downloads on the song. What a greedy bitch. Okay, the headline story, people. The fucking screen exploit, or denial of service attack, as is listed in the VolDB.com. The only reason you wouldn't have known about this is because you live under a fucking rock. Let's check out this log right here. Nomad666 joins Pound JRH and posts a bunch of... Now, this is the disputed part of the story. Are these Japanese characters, Korean characters, Chinese characters? I'm going to go with Chinese, and not because I know anything about any Asian alphabets whatsoever, but because why wouldn't it be the Chinese? First they gave us the Kung Flu, and now this. So what's the big deal, you ask? It just looks like a bunch of fucking houses, right? Well, that's what I thought at first when I first scrolled through my buffer, but god damn it, locked up my screen nice and tight. Couldn't detach, couldn't reattach to it, couldn't kill the fucking session. Good fucking times, man. This caused a whole shitload of screen users to quit with the reason lost terminal. Some people pinged out. I pinged out for sure. And you know your boy Eraser, man. Not too quick on the draw when it comes to this stuff, so I kept getting fucking hit with it. Everyone said to switch to Tmux. So I did. And as Civil points out in this log right here, just saw an ad for Tmux, posts a log of me chatting during my first time using Tmux, and oops, quit. Obviously, this highlights my skill set of being a professional chatter and also a professional hacker. I computer very, very well. Thank you. The exploit or bug or denial of service or whatever the fuck you want to call it made it on the VolDB.com. As you can see here, it says, a vulnerability classified as problematic was found in new screen up to 4.8.0. Affected by this vulnerability is some unknown functionality of the file encoding.c of the component UTF-8 encoding handler. The manipulation with an unknown input leads to a denial of service vulnerability. The CWE definition for the vulnerability is CWE 404. As an impact, it is known to affect availability. It goes on, but you know what? You might as well take all those fucking Asian alphabet letters and throw them right in this fucking screen, because I don't know what the fuck this even means. All I know is you can get $0 to $5,000. That's something called the CTI is interested, but only 1.05, and apparently that's good because it's green. And the CVSS meta temp score is 4.3. I'm not sure if that's in Celsius or Fahrenheit, but either way, it doesn't seem too warm to me. So until a patch is released, switch to Tmux, my friends. I actually like it a lot, man. I think I'm going to stick with it. Screen is just part of an ancient world. Until someone does the same thing with Tmux and I go back to Screen and start talking shit about Tmux. It's going to happen. Now, after reliving all that trauma, I need something lighthearted, so let's close the show out with a lighthearted quote from Sniff. Swabbing farts is the most intimate thing you can do with a woman other than washing her hair. Isn't that precious? It sure does make me feel warm and tingly inside. Chatter of the week, man. It's gotta be Logic. He submitted a fuckload of this news. Shouts to Logic for holding it down. Kept submitting news for fucking months while I was away. What a top chatter, man. Top tier. Salutes to you, Logic. And of course, couldn't do it without all my motherfucking Patreons. Let's read it off. Shoutouts to you, Echo Shun, Matthew, Load Radio, Scrim, Interdome, Black Angel, Jewbird, Logic, Psymaster, DMA, Boof, Zartet, Triple A, Dingo Pride, Alyosha, Monochrome, Cunts, Bex, Cheese, Beans, Darn, Dark Mage, Funk Power, Demogorgo, my mom, and Anonymous Patreon 1. Since we started it back up, we've lost Dab Guy, we've lost Zenik, and we've lost Hotline. I very much so appreciate the support when you gave it. Sad to see you go, except for Dab Guy. He signed up for Patreon while I wasn't even doing it, so fuck him. That's it, man. E2N2 Racers FNet News episode 16. I'm going to close the show out with my submission to the Jewbird Radio Hour rap contest at the end of the month. This one's called 44 Birds. We'll see you next week. Hey Jewbird. Hey Aretha. Heard you had a contest going on, buddy. I sure do. For the Jewbird Radio Hour. Let's get real grungy with it. May I? Crack open laptop, crackhead at the crack spot. Addicted to the chat and walked away, but I can't stop. Turn it round like a doorknob, beat it up like a fat slob. Like me on IRC when that new Vapor track drop. Click clack in the keyboard, cut you down like a longsword. This Nick says she a chick and she thick, but I'm not sure. Still checkers on that board since we picked, but I'm not Lord. The one in IRL, but IRC, I'm a chat lord. Wireless mouse clicking, my girl keeps a bitchin', but I'm on a mission. I'll push her shifting. Don't screen, yeah, me. Who needs anything more? Two displays enough for me, but some chatters need four. One CRT monitor is all Dwayne can afford. However many you got, none better display the score. It's internet, relay chat, or I'll bust your head. Discord rappers try to love, but they ended up dead. I chewed them up and split them out, mouth covered in red. I was gonna let them off, but Pumpo ate them instead. Foreskin Vladimir heard I was coming and fled. Dark Mage lost the contest, but he won in his head. The Gears blogs it up whenever he's off his med. Info X's exercises when he sits up in bed. But penis pump, find a tree, take a dump. I met up with Rain once, now my penis got bumps. Psych, nah, I'm just playing, yeah, I'm just acting dumb. Like when Slimer cast 7 votes for President Trump. I saw a pic of Angie's mom and whoa, she got a rump. That guy ain't got a head, just a neck with some lumps. They ain't got working legs, just got 2 lifeless stumps. But who the fuck am I to judge? I'm here online with you bums. Ain't no one better than me. How conceited. But shit, I ain't better than you either. How humble. Shall we continue? It's been 23 years since I found my way here. People in life came and went, but IRC always near. Sometimes we time out or connection reset by peer. Sometimes the weak ones will / quit from the fear. The docs dropping, box popping, modem clogged but not stopping. Seen them all stay forever, but years later flip flop and pick cropping, stream chopping, disability mopping. Anything goes here, but if you Peter, we locked in. Target acquired while our plan is conspired. Call your mom, call your wife, call your job, now you're fired. Check out KongFujiSays.com, I'm inspired. Tron's life put on blast, now his life is expired. It's not real life, but it can touch real life. What a unique and beautiful thing. Shoutouts to Vapor, shoutouts to Frack, shoutouts to Jewbird, shoutouts to HGC, Zartet, Spoke, Big Known, Young Internet, shoutouts to Frack. Shoutouts to Pokry, man. You can take a piss or you can take a crap. Shoutouts to Jordan O. Is your room clean, bro? Shoutouts to Octopus if you actually rap. Shoutouts to Frack. Shoutouts to all the IRC rappers. Penis pump.